Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon and welcome to your MTN Noon News for this Monday. It's good to be with you. I'm Don Hudson. A new poll from over the weekend shows more Americans are worried about how the government shutdown is hitting their wallets and the nation's economy for that matter. The stalemate in Washington, D.C. now stretching into its fifth week with no clear end in sight. Republicans are pressing Democrats to back a short-term spending plan to reopen the government. Then they can work on health insurance. However, Democrats want to tie any deal to an extension of Affordable Care Act subsidies. And as the political fight drags on, so does the impact from federal workers to air travelers, everyone feeling the fallout.
We have to be honest, when we have controllers where we have shortages in towers and TRACONs doing two jobs, does it add more risk into the system? Sure it does. But again, we're always managing that.
Now, so far, air traffic controllers have missed one full paycheck, but the Transportation Secretary, just heard him right there, Sean Duffy, says he's talked to a number who say that they cannot manage if they miss a second payday. The fate of SNAP benefits also still hangs in the balance, and now a judge has ordered the Trump administration to unlock contingency funds to keep payments flowing for millions of Americans. And here in Montana, decisions with SNAP will impact thousands of families. That's why Montana businesses are stepping up to fight hunger in their community. MTN's Isabel Spartz shows us how.
It's a busy Sunday at Teriyaki Madness in Billings.
Hi, how are you today? Good.
But District Manager Drew Halpin has noticed a recent change in business.
It's pretty prevalent. Everybody's wallets are hurting. Like our foot traffic is pretty much down.
The government shutdown now reaching its fifth week, and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP benefits, won't go out for November.
People are hurting, right? And so we're looking for ways to help those people.
So Halpin and his team decided to step in. At the 3 locations in Montana, those not receiving benefits can get a small chicken bowl for $5.
We got to run a business too, right? So it's a give and take. This is one of our gives.
A way to help the community and also give some assistance to his employees.
We know that the customers pay our bills, and if we can do something to help those customers, then, that's what we got to do.
Teriyaki Madness isn't the only place in Billings deciding to give back. Other organizations and businesses have now partnered together for a community-wide food drive. It's called Billings Snaps Back, a program only 2 weeks old benefiting the food pantries at Family Service and Peace Lutheran Church. People are encouraged to bring non-perishable food donations and fill boxes located at businesses all around town.
It's definitely picked up momentum. There's a little more than 33 locations now where you can drop off food.
Shay Reiser, who started Wonder Woman, is helping with the Snap Back drive.
If you're at the store, just pick up a few extra cans of something and share it with one of those locations.
And she's seeing the need for food assistance increase.
There's more than 12,000 families in Yellowstone County alone who rely on SNAP benefits to be able to feed their families, their children, elderly people.
Even if the shutdown ends soon, Reiser says the drive will continue on throughout the month of November.
I'm very proud of Billings for coming together very quickly on this and saying, yes, we want to be a part of it. Keep taking care of each other. It's important.
And Halpin says it's businesses coming together to make sure no one suffers, putting people over profit.
People helping people. We're part of the community. We rely on this community just as much.
In Billings, Isabel Spartz, MTN News.
Meanwhile, the Blackfeet Nation is taking the lack of government services really into its own hands. The Tribal Council has declared a state of emergency to help offset food shortages and economic strain. In response, leaders have approved the culling of 15 buffalo and 3 cattle from the Blackfeet Reservation. The meat will be processed and distributed to tribal members, a direct effort really to support families as SNAP funding remains in limbo.
We want anybody who is battling food insecurities to be able to access food. As long as we got it, we're going to ensure that we're going to distribute that to those in most need.
The chair of the Blackfeet Nation says the board remains focused on providing immediate relief to its people during this time. And as we start off into really the first full week in November, we could see some fairly nice weather. Let's check in now with meteorologist Miller Robson.
Well, it's a tale of two sides of the state. The western side of the state, we're already feeling the effects of this like little short wave of energy coming through that's giving us some cloud cover, some rain, some upper elevation snow. Central and eastern part of the state, we're looking pretty good. There's Miles City with the Stockton Bank weather cam, but I mentioned Missoula. Yeah, well, we do have some cloud cover in your area, and we are seeing the rain and the snow. I don't know if it's going to pop up there or not. Let's take a look at our temperatures out there at the moment, and then we'll take a look at the radar. We've got 40s and 50s over to our west, Missoula, Kalispell, our colder spots in the 30s right now, and that's where we do have that snow coming down. Several opportunities for some to see a lot of moisture this week. Take a look coming up.
Right, time now for your leading look at other top stories from across the state. We now know that criminal charges, will not be filed after the shooting death of a 16-year-old boy last week. The Marr County Sheriff saying that 3 teenage boys were staying in a bunkhouse last week in a rural area north of White Sulphur Springs, and deputies say they learned that one of the boys picked up a .22 caliber single-action revolver intending to clean it. When he picked up the gun, it discharged, shooting and killing a 16-year-old. The sheriff said everyone involved has been fully cooperative. The victim's family spoke with the county attorney requesting that no criminal charges be filed. The 2 teens were said to be close friends, as are the families in this situation. A tragic loss for the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office. One of their own died while out hunting over the weekend. Officials say Sergeant Michael Floor was found deceased Saturday afternoon in Magpie Gulch in Broadwater County. Floor was a longtime member of the Gallatin County Detention Center, described as an exceptional leader, officer, husband, father, and friend. The Sheriff's Office says the entire department is rallying around the family as they mourn the loss of the respected colleague and community icon. Butte police are investigating 2 structure fires that happened over the weekend. Police and fire investigators had a scene actually cordoned off around a commercial building on Harrison Avenue that was damaged in a fire Saturday evening. This is the second fire reported at a commercial building in that area in 2 days. Firefighters put out the first fire on Harrison Avenue Friday morning, about a block south of Saturday's fire. Again, both fires remain under investigation. Montana's farm and ranch products are making their mark overseas. In today's Montana Ag Report, MTN's Marion Davison shows us how.
Standing here in Montana, Japan and South Korea may seem like a world away, but stop into a grocery store over there and you might just see something familiar.
Seeing our growers like pick up the packaging and be like, oh, it says U.S. beef, or pick up the packaging and know that that wheat was coming from our market.
Montana Department of Agriculture Director Jillian Street, Governor Greg Gianforte, Montana agricultural producers, and other representatives of Montana industries recently returned from a trade mission to Japan and South Korea. The trip sought to strengthen and expand connections between the Treasure State and the 2 countries across a number of industries, including Montana's top industry, agriculture.
It's important that we tell the Montana story. So we took wheat and barley growers, we took stock growers.
Montana has established ties with both Japan and South Korea. They are consistently some of the Treasure State's top trading partners. According to the governor's office, Montana exported $38 million in wheat sales to both Japan and South Korea last year.
They have very high specifications for their millers in both countries. They like high quality products, and Montana is the source.
Street says there's growing demand for other products that Montana grown and raised goods can fill, like an interest in protein from Nippon, a Japanese company that mills flour and produces flour-related products like pasta, but also manufactures other packaged foods.
They are very excited about protein. And that excites me because Montana has an amazing protein profile. It doesn't matter if it's our wheat, our barley, our pulses, or our beef. We are a protein state.
The trade mission also sought to expand Montana beef exports to Japan and South Korea. Now, Japan already has a strong Wagyu beef market, but Street says there are other opportunities for Montana-raised beef.
What they will export from us in large quantities, and not just from Montana, but from the U.S., is tongue. And intestine and some of the areas of the stomach. And while we in the States might not eat those products, in Japan, it's a delicacy.
Along with strengthening existing relationships, Street and Gianforte say the trade mission also forged new ones.
There's no question that we made some new relationships on this trip that will expand our export markets for Montana producers.
Japan and South Korea are not the only overseas nations with interest in Montana ag products. So far this year, Street has also been to Panama, Peru, and Colombia with the USDA. And when it comes to promoting Montana-raised and grown goods around the world, she says she is not slowing down.
I like to say that Montana is grandma's cupboard. You can go in there and you can find anything that you need. And we have it, and we want to figure out how to get it to you.
In Helena, Marion Davidson, MTN News.